Be absolutely terrible at public speaking, so much that I feared it. But all of that changed in 7th grade. Because of our teacher, we had to do some essays and present them to the class in the form of a speech. Now, I was terrified because I knew that I could not, for the life of me, speak in front of people. But to my surprise, it actually went well. So I thought to myself, what important position would require good public speaking, strategic thinking, management, and good relations? Then it clicked in my head. I should be a part of student council. So I was psyching myself up like, okay, you could be a part of student council. It's gonna be easy. Come on, you got this. But my dumbass forgot that there was a meeting you had to go to be on student council. But by pure luck, one of my teachers gave me a form for student council, and I hauled ass over to 3 teachers so I could get the required signatures. And thankfully, they all accepted. So, after all that was done, I had to ask the principal for his signature. But he was a chill dude, so I wasn't too afraid. But on that day, he was gone, so I just gave it to a teacher and said that, well, the principal was gone. He accepted and would ask for the principal's signature later. And so, that weekend, I speed ran making my campaign posters the second I got home. That entire weekend was spent coloring, brainstorming, drawing, etc., until I made the perfect poster. So, when I came back to school the next week, everything was chill. I asked the vice principal for permission to hang up my poster. But while I was hanging up my poster, I saw one of my friends going to get some signatures from one of the teachers. I asked her what she was running for, and she said treasurer. I was surprised. I was nervous but excited. I knew that I was a bit less popular than her, so it would be an uphill battle. But if I pulled through and won, I would be ecstatic. Luckily, I had traffic patrol that day, and for once I was happy about it, because that meant I could advertise my campaign while I was doing crossing duty. Also, my main man Mateo helped me advertise my campaign and helped to advise me. He had also told me that some of my supporters had tore down one of Leilani's posters, which I was not involved in. I was in traffic patrol. I had no doing in that. So, I was planning to defeat her, and I made a godly plan. So the next day, when I came to school, I asked her, hey, are you still running for student council? I wasn't expecting her to say no. I was expecting her to double down, make more posters. But to my surprise, she said that she pulled out of the race and was now running for class representative. That was a huge boost to my ego at the time, and so I was obviously happy. But it also meant that there would be no exciting election battle. Now, I just had to keep a low profile and continue to perfect my speech, editing over and over and over. I didn't want anything to be left unperfected. So, when the time came, everybody who decided to run for a student council position was called to the gym stage. This is where we would give our speeches. Everyone, including me, had already printed our speeches on paper, so we could read off of them. And so, the entire stage was set up, the mic was hooked, and everything was going smoothly. But then, as always, of course something had to go wrong. The microphone wouldn't work, even though it was hooked up. So that made me worried, because what if it disconnected during my speech and no one can hear me while I was oblivious? So I just sat in my designated seat, very nervously, wondering how it would go. This could either be absolutely amazing or god-awful. Why? I was thinking to myself, why did I even sign up for this? Why did I decide to do this? Whatever. I'm here now. I can't quit. I've got to see this through. So, the gym soon filled up with people, and all the candidates waited in nervous silence. So, the administrators gave their introduction, rules, who would be presenting, etc. And people soon started their speeches. The speech order was thus decided by the importance of role. So it went like this: Commissioner of School Publicity, Commissioner of School Spirit, Treasurer, Secretary, Vice President, and lastly, President. So, I waited my turn, since order was based on the importance of the role and the hierarchy. Then, my name was finally called. Hey, up next, we will have Tetra giving a speech on why he should be the treasurer. So, my fate would be decided at this point. You know, would I go down in school history as one of the greatest, or totally fumble on stage? So I went up there, got ready, gave my speech. And I'm just gonna say, that speech went well. So well that the principal had said to my mom that if I was a student, I would have voted for him. And I saw more applause for me than anyone else. So, of course, I saluted the audience, then went back to my seat, happy as hell, and listened to everyone else's speeches. Once everybody was done, we all returned to our classes and voted for the people who we thought to have been the best. So, since I ran unopposed, I would be treasurer. Finally. So, that was how I got elected into the student council. Do I regret running and signing up? Maybe. I mean, it really depends on how my term goes in the next year or so. But one thing still stands. I got 100% of the people's vote.